Caleb. And Ben, have you ever seen the tush push become an explosive play? I haven't. Johnson.
Great start to the list.
Followed by Caleb's preferred team, the Vikings. JJ and Kevin O'Connell.
This gets off the.
Then Justin Fields, Cam Ward, and coming in fifth, Trevor Lawrence and Mr. Duval himself.
What
Duval.
was Drake May and God's gift to offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels?
There's a lot
eligible?
of problems. There's a lot of problems with this list. That's why I felt reluctant to put it in the show because Bucky Brooks is a friend, and every time we talk about him, we're
ripping him. Bucky Brooks is a friend, and I think he does a great job, particularly his podcasting, because his articles, we crush them all the time.
It's a tough one. This list.
I mean, I don't even listen. The JJ Kevin O'Connell thing, I understand. Kevin O'Connell
I don't hate that.
is, I think, regarded as one of the 4 or 5 sharpest offensive minds in the league. Whether people can, that's just kind of the consensus feeling on him across the league.
What Caleb said.
And right, and if you liked JJ coming out of Michigan, as some people did, I don't think this show was as high on him as others. Then that makes sense. The next 2 are baffling to me. I obviously think Trevor should be higher. I understand I'm in the minority there. But in all seriousness, I would have Drake and Josh McDaniels up there.
Thank you.
If we're, again, I think the Patriots have skill position offensive line. I think they have personnel issues. But I do like Vrabel as a culture setter. I do think Josh McDaniels is good. I don't know if I consider him elite, but I think he's good. And I like Drake May is, to me, obviously more talented than J.J. Fields. I think he's more talented than Cam Ward. I can't say obviously. Cam Ward just the number 1 pick of the draft. So, I don't totally buy a lot of this through.
Yeah, look, I don't think Cam Ward, and I'm not saying he can't be a really good quarterback down the road. I don't think he's pulling a Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, be worried about this year.
Or even a C.J. Stroud, to be honest. Yeah, so this year, if he has a great year, again, below those 2 guys, then I'm not worried about him. I actually think, I agree with Drake. I mean, I don't think the Patriots, Wilds are going to be that good, but Josh McDaniels is obviously proven, and Drake May is a talent. He showed that last year. But what about, and this is your guy, Geno.
Yeah.
Geno Smith with the Raiders. And even,
Geno and Chip Kelly. I wasn't even thinking of that because he's a veteran, so much older than the other guys. But that would be eligible for this.
And
Hurts.
Honestly, and my main issue was Fields and then Ward. Yeah. And I would love for Fields to really be good. I have not fully given up on him, but I'm kind of excited about seeing what he can do with the Jets. But it's going to sound crazy, and I'm not Greg Jennings, but Daniel Jones in Indy. I think that's a pretty decent team.
Wow.
I'm serious. And
I don't even know if he's going to be the starter.
Well, I know they don't have him penciled in now, but I think he'll emerge as the
I thought
starter.
you were going to go Russ and Brian Dable.
Oh, I just think in that division, they're going to have their hands full.
I like that a lot.
Indy.
Okay, so here's the thing. They're kind of having 2 different conversations at the same time here, because this isn't saying who's going to be the most successful. We're looking at it specifically through coach quarterback lens. So you could say I think Russ and Dable will be great, but I don't think they have enough there. So that's where it's kind of weird. It's the best new quarterback play caller duo, and people who are getting new play callers are, and I'm gonna forget some of them. Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts, Geno Smith, obviously the 5 that we have here, Drake May, I'm trying to think of a couple more off the top of my head, CJ Stroud, Sam Darnold. A lot of people are getting new play callers except for Josh Allen, I believe Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, of course, Joe Burrow. If anything, probably there's more quarterbacks. Again, I'd have to look a little bit more closely, but I feel as though more quarterbacks are getting either the quarterback's going to a new team or they're getting a new coordinator, new play caller specifically. So that's why this segment alone is already messy. Then because if you want to start to say, how good will so and so be with Russ and the New York Giants and this that. Liam Cohen. It's like, well, who do you think is going to be better, the Philadelphia Eagles or the Jacksonville Jags? The Philadelphia Eagles or the Tennessee Titans? I think we know that answer. I mean, I don't know. If you guys think otherwise, be my guest. So that's why I'm going to look at it through probably the lens that Bucky Brooks intended it to be, which is why we are kind of looking at this. We're looking at like true new voices, true new, a truly new quarterback to a team, or like a new coach who's like, I gotta figure something out here, like Liam Cohen. Like, right, and that's not necessarily the thing with the Eagles. That's not necessarily the thing with Russ and Daboll, which you can kind of make the argument it's closer to that than say like a team like the Eagles. Trying to think of any of the other examples where it's closer to Jared Goff. It's that their offensive coordinator is not coming in and is like, I got to revamp this whole offense. This offense has been a mess. So I'm going to look at it more through, Caleb Williams needs a offensive head coach. He needs a new coach. JJ McCarthy is a rookie quarterback, first year starter with the Minnesota Vikings. Justin Fields' career is like, is it going to be saved or not? Is he going to be a starting quarterback or no? Like Cam Ward, rookie quarterback. Trevor Lawrence has hardly had the success that he was originally envisioning and Jacksonville Jags were envisioning. So based off of that foundational agreement that at least that I'm making, and what I believe Bucky Brooks was looking at it through the lens of, I think it's fair to say Caleb and Ben Johnson over JJ and Kevin O'Connell, mainly because we've seen Caleb in the NFL and we've seen Ben Johnson in the NFL, and we've seen what the Bears kind of dealt with. Combining them together, I think is gives us more to work with than we've never even seen JJ McCarthy in the NFL. And to be fair and to be clear, I think JJ will have success with Kevin O'Connell in the NFL. But if you had to choose right now, we know what Ben Johnson has been able to do, and we've seen already kind of like the floor with Caleb that we have not seen that with JJ just yet. So that's why if I was forced, because realistically I just put them in the same tier, the same category. I'd say, oh yeah, they're tied for one. But since we're gonna kind of try to stick to these rules, I think it's totally fair to have them 1 and 2. Yeah, I'm not putting Justin Fields there. Well, I would probably put Drake May up there instead. I think that's fair. Then I am gonna say Trevor Lawrence and Cohen, and then this is where things get tricky, because it's like, why not CJ Stroud? Why not? I think Sam Darnold. Again, it's like some of the situations are unique. New coach and new quarterback, which is Geno and Chip Kelly. So it's like, okay, like, so it's a little bit hard. It's like this the truth is this is a messy conversation, because it's also like, are we talking about team success here? Because if it's team success, then it's obvious. Then Jalen Hurts is number 1 with the Philadelphia Eagles. They just won the Super Bowl. You're going to have to be concerned about that duo. But if you're looking at it as like the duo is the most important role of the team, like it is with Andy and Mahomes, for instance, then it's not as much than with Jalen Hurts and whoever his coordinator may be. It's not like we look at the Eagles and say, oh, Jalen Hurts and Kellen Moore, that duo is what nobody could stop. Like, you're not necessarily looking at it through that lens. So like, the more I chew on this, the more I'm kind of like, well, this is just a messy conversation to begin with, honestly. This is a messy off-season, forced list conversation. Top 10 comedies made in the 90s based off of the 70s under 90 minutes or less. It's like, oh, okay. Based on video game characters. Oh, okay, got it. Cool. Like that's kind of the situation that we're in right now. But honestly though, at the foundation of it, I am excited. Because when I realized that we have so many new quarterbacks and coaches all together, it's pretty cool because we don't know who's going to rise to the top. We don't know who is going to be a great duo. You know, maybe Ward and Callahan just pop. And we're like, okay, that's special. Like, that's great. I mean, nobody was necessarily 100% like truly understood some of these other coaches and quarterback duos that were really going to pop. You didn't really know. Kirk Cousins and Kevin O'Connell initially popped. Sam Darnold and Kevin O'Connell. People believed in Kevin O'Connell, but like I think they believe in Kevin O'Connell even more, especially after they saw Sam Darnold do what he was able to do. I'm fascinated. I talk to other Bucs fans and Baker fans, which is not the easiest to do because they believe Baker is responsible for everything that's ever happened in the history of the universe. And I was just like, how much of a loss do you think Cohen will be? Because I was trying to gauge, like how much do you think Cohen really Baker benefited from Cohen, and I think a fair amount. And so I am closer to Nick than I am not in terms of like I do think that there's something there still with Trevor Lawrence, and I am, I want to see what he looks like with a much more competent coach. Now I have no idea how Cohen will be as a head coach. He seems really nice, and he's the type of coach that I would like to play for, but like I'm not 100% sure how it works in the NFL, especially in a messier team and a messier franchise like the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I don't really know. I would probably have higher hopes if he was the OC, quite frankly, and he just had to focus on making Trevor Lawrence work. So I'm like, I don't know, but yeah. What about Shedeur Sanders and Kevin Stefanski? I mean, come on, Kenny Pickett and Stefanski. I mean, that could pop. Seeing Fields up there as the top three new quarterback play caller duos. That's hilarious. I'm sorry. This doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, I don't know. There's not much more to be said because I think that this segment and this list is like inherently flawed because of all the things that I just said. Like it's just all, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully hopefully you're kind of seeing what I'm seeing. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the top 5 new quarterback play caller duos? And I guess like kind of like what I asked earlier, like how are you defining it? Because again, you have Jalen Hurts has a new play caller. Like how are you defining it? What do you think is most interesting to talk about? Honestly, let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so that you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.